TOEFL Speaking Mock Test. This section tests your ability to speak about various subjects. There are 6 tasks in this section. Listen carefully to the direction and read the questions on the screen. The first 2 tasks are independent speaking tasks. You have 15 seconds in which to prepare your response and 45 seconds to answer the question. The last 4 tasks are integrated speaking tasks. The third and fourth questions involve a reading text and a listening passage. You have 45 seconds in which to read a short text. You will then hear a short conversation or part of a lecture on the same topic. You may take notes on both the reading and listening passage. You will then see a question on the screen asking about the information you have just read and heard, and you will have 30 seconds in which to plan a response and 60 seconds to answer the question. The fifth and sixth questions involve a short listening passage. You may take notes as you listen. After listening to the conversation or lecture, you will see a question and you have 20 seconds in which to prepare your response and 60 seconds to deliver your answer. During the actual test, a clock on the screen will tell you how much preparation time or how much response time remains for each question. Time management is a very important component. It is neither good to finish long before the time is over, nor it is good to be unable to complete your response within the time. So, try to answer the question as completely as possible within the given speaking time. Now get ready to answer the question. Task 1. Describe a class you have taken in school and explain why the class was important to you. Include details and examples to support your explanation. Begin speaking after the beep. Task 2. Some people believe that success in life comes from taking risks or chances. Others believe that success results from careful planning. In your opinion, what does success come from? Use specific reasons and examples to support your answer. Begin speaking after the beep. Task 3.
The Public Safety Department of Central State University has posted a notice about parking. Read the announcement about the new parking policy. You will have 45 seconds to read the announcement. Begin reading now. Listen to two students as they discuss the change in policy.
Why did they have to change the policy?
I think the new system will work out much better. It's a lot fairer, and everyone has an equal shot at getting a pass now.
But not everyone should have a fair shot at a parking pass. Why should a student who lives on campus have a parking pass, and a student who lives 30 miles away not have one?
I don't think it will be so bad. My friend at another school said they'd changed their parking policy like this also. He said a lot of people didn't even bother to register for the lottery.
I still think some people should get special preferences, especially the teachers. I think most of the teachers have to commute several hours to get here. Now, if they don't have a parking pass, they'll have to either leave much earlier or spend 30 minutes driving around to find a parking spot somewhere just off campus. It'll be especially bad for the early morning classes.
Maybe you're right. Does a student who lives 2 minutes from class deserve a pass just as much as a teacher who lives 2 hours away?
Now get ready to answer the question. The woman expresses her opinion about a new university policy. State her opinion and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion.
Begin speaking after the beep. Task 4.
Begin now. Now listen to part of a lecture in a U.S. history class.
On May 7, 1915, the British steamliner Lusitania was sunk by a German U-boat patrolling off the coast of Ireland. The Lusitania went down with more than 1,100 passengers and crew, 124 of which were Americans. Just weeks before, German submarines had sunk the British passenger steamer Falaba, the American Gulf fight, and attacked the American vessel Cushing by plane. It was several years later that the U.S. actually declared formal war on Germany, but the president's patience was wearing thin, and this sinking of the passenger liner without warning helped push him to his eventual breaking point. Another important factor that led the U.S. into entering the war was the Zimmermann Note. In early months of 1917, British intelligence intercepted an encoded message from German Secretary of State Zimmermann to the German minister to Mexico. Zimmermann proposed in his message that after Germany began its unrestricted submarine warfare on February 1st, that if the United States decided to enter the war, Mexico should be proposition to enter the German alliance with the promise of financial support and the chance to reconquer its lost territory in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona. The President received this note from British intelligence on February 24th and released it to the press on March 1st, 1917. This forced the U.S. into the war. When released to the press, this helped strengthen the position of advocate in the U.S. entry to war and swayed public opinion against Germany.
Now get ready to answer the question. The professor describes the sinking of the Lusitania and the Zimmermann Note. Describe how these two issues were important factors for the U.S. to give up its neutrality and enter the war on the side of the Allies.
Begin speaking after the beep. Task 5.
Now listen to a conversation between two students.
Hi, Ted. What's up?
Oh, hi, June. I'm just studying as usual. I haven't had time for anything else recently, and the near future is looking about the same.
Is something the matter?
It's all this homework and tests that are coming up. I have 5 tests within 2 days of each other, and I also have several presentations and research papers to write, and they are all due within a couple of days of each other.
Wow, that explains why I haven't seen you around lately. Don't you also have to work?
Yeah, every night this week. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I don't think there are enough hours in the week to finish all this stuff.
Well, maybe you could talk to some of your professors about this. I know sometimes professors give extensions on papers, and some will even let you reschedule a test. Maybe if you tell them your situation, they'll be more lenient with you.
That sounds like a pretty good idea, but it also might be embarrassing for me to ask just to have my teacher say to me, "Why should I give you special treatment and not the other students?" You know?
Maybe talk to your boss at work and ask for a few days off or something. Or maybe just call in sick.
I don't know if my boss will give me the time off. We've been pretty busy lately, and he doesn't like me too much.
Now get ready to answer the question. The students discuss 2 possible solutions to the man's problem. Describe the problem, then state which of the 2 solutions you prefer, and explain why.
Begin speaking after the beep. Task 6.
Now listen to a talk in a biology class.
Extinction of a species is always tragic. It is our job as humans to protect animals and keep them from all dying out. When the last animal of a species dies, valuable information is lost. It is the fault of humans that so many animals have become endangered, or scarce, and then completely extinct. There are several reasons why animals become endangered and then shortly afterward extinct, and we, as humans, almost always have something to do with it. Let's take a look at the extinct bird, the dodo. The dodo lived on an island off the eastern coast of Africa several hundred years ago, but it has become the most famous recently extinct species. The flightless bird, that resembles a chicken, stood at about 3 feet tall. It lived on its island with virtually no predators until humans started coming regularly. Humans brought with them cats, dogs, pigs, and other species that the dodo had never seen before. It is most likely that these new animals that traveled with humans plundered the dodo's nests and ate their eggs and young. A slow-witted bird that does not fear animals, which it hasn't seen before, doesn't stand much of a chance against a human. The humans on their new island, which was mostly forests when they got there, began chopping down the trees for various purposes. The dodos lived in these forests, and the food of the dodo was in the forests. If the habitat of the animal is destroyed, where will it live? What will it eat? Destruction of the natural habitat of a species is a really quick way to end its existence.
Now get ready to answer the question. The professor talks about endangered animals and animal extinction. Describe this and the relationship humans have with animal extinction. Use examples from the talk to support your answer.
Begin speaking after the beep. That is the end of your speaking test.